Imagine dragging around a massive, heavy suit of armor everywhere you go, just to, convince everyone around you that you don't have a single flaw.
Oh, that sounds completely exhausting.
Right. Well, welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at a text called The Ground of Grace. And our mission today is exploring why humility is actually the ultimate catalyst for personal growth. Because, we live in this modern culture that is always screaming at you to build your personal brand, right?
Yeah, and in that kind of environment, humility is usually treated like this quiet liability.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this. The word itself actually gives away the secret here because humility comes from the Latin word humus, which means earth or soil. It literally just means being grounded.
Grounded, meaning, well, you are floating away on the hot air of your own ego. The text actually illustrates this with a really classic Zen story.
Oh, is it the one with the scholar and the tea?
Yeah, that's the one. So a scholar visits a master to learn the way, but the master just keeps pouring tea into the scholar's cup until it literally spills everywhere.
What a mess.
Right. And he tells him, you are full of your own opinions and speculations. I can't show you the way unless you first empty your cup.
I get the metaphor, but it honestly reminds me of a smartphone with zero storage left.
Oh, that is a great way to look at it.
Yeah, because you physically cannot download the new software update until you go in and delete some old files.
But wait, aren't those files like our actual expertise? In the real world, having strong opinions and knowledge is what makes you valuable, so why would we constantly delete that?
Well, we aren't deleting facts or skills here. We are deleting the rigid assumption that we already know everything.
Oh, I see.
Because if your mind is completely full of your own brilliance, there is just no psychological space left for new information. You stop observing and you start, filtering everything.
Filtering it to confirm what you already believe, yeah.
Mm.
So humility is that teachable spirit.
Exactly. Without it, you aren't actually learning. You're just rearranging your existing prejudices. Wow, rearranging prejudices. So if humility is about clearing out that internal storage, how do we actually do it? Because our instinct is to always protect our image. The source talks about dropping our ego armor.
Yeah, that ego armor is just a massive energy drain. We use so much energy trying to maintain a flawless facade because we fear that admitting a single limitation diminishes our worth.
Right, so humility dissolves that armor.
It does because it allows you to just say, I don't know, without losing your dignity.
But how does just saying I don't know actually dissolve it, though?
Because the armor is built entirely out of the fear of being found out.
Oh.
The moment you willingly out yourself, when you admit you don't have all the answers, that fear just vanishes.
So the armor becomes useless.
Right. You stop wasting calories defending a fake version of yourself, and you redirect that energy into actual growth. You cannot heal what you are too proud to admit is broken.
Stripping away that defense mechanism really forces you to look at your actual shape. It stops the endless game of comparing your armor to someone else's.
What's fascinating here is how the text reframes the way we view pride and shame.
Oh, because we usually treat them as total opposites, right?
Exactly. We think pride is feeling more than others, and shame is feeling less than. But they are actually just two sides of the exact same coin. They're both self-obsession. Humility is right-sizedness.
Right-sizedness, meaning knowing your true strengths and your shadows without that distorting lens of the ego.
Yeah, it provides the objective GPS coordinates of the soul.
GPS coordinates, I like that.
Well, think about it. You can't navigate to a new destination if your GPS system thinks you're in a completely different city. Humility gives you your honest, unvarnished starting point.
Finding those honest GPS coordinates inherently means you have to step off whatever pedestal you've built for yourself. You establish a low point.
Right, and the text argues that grace, or new wisdom, flows to the lowest point, exactly like water.
Because if you're perched up high on a mountain of your own perceived importance, believing you've single-handedly earned every good thing, water just rolls right off you.
You're completely impenetrable.
Yeah, so stepping down to that low point means recognizing that our talents, our opportunities, even our breath, they're gifts. They aren't possessions.
And realizing that makes us a vessel ready to catch what flows down.
That gratitude opens the floodgates.
It opens us to a strength that is not our own. The vessel of our humility is where that growth is ultimately poured.
So what does this all mean? The text distills this entire philosophy into one pivotal quote. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking of yourself less.
Such a complete paradigm shift. It takes the focus off your own reflection and points it outward toward the world.
Here's a challenge for you today. Notice your urge to correct someone in a meeting. to desperately prove your worth, or to hide a small mistake. Try resigning from your exhausting role as the manager of the universe.
Just be a student of the moment. Taking that pressure off is profoundly liberating.
It really is. And it leaves us with a question to mull over. If grace and new wisdom naturally flow to the lowest point like water, what areas of your life have you built on such high, prideful ground that they are completely dried out and unable to grow?